It's all coming down already. These are the booms, the lighting, the cameras. Everything was up here. It's already on its way down. Full helicopter setup. That is amazing. Wow. DeLorean sold for, wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah. Oh, I deserve it. Can't even complain. I deserve it. I bought a flippin' H1 Hummer. What did I expect? Welcome to the aftermath. Today is a behind the scenes of the day after the Barrett Jackson auction. I bought 2 cars this week. I sold 1 car this week. I have a check in my hands for multiple thousands of dollars. Today's pretty interesting because the Barrett Jackson auction ended last night, 8 a.m. this morning, and this place is cranking like they've already been working through the entire night. Here we go over there. Like they've been working through the entire night. This place is a ghost town aside from the workers. It's pretty interesting, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you the cars I bought this week. We're gonna haul them across the street to another dealer auction, which we're gonna try to sell and find out if we can actually make money off buying cars at the Barrett Jackson auction, running them through a dealer auction, which is across the street, or are we gonna lose, or am I gonna have to ship them home? Today's video, we're gonna find out all of those answers, as well as just kind of see what it's like behind the scenes the day after the Barrett Jackson auction. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Tons of information, and we're gonna have all kinds of different segments in this video. Let's get going. I'm tag teaming right now. I'm live on YouTube and filming YouTube. So essentially, if you're watching either one of these videos, you're watching yourself watch yourself, which is kind of cool, I think. So I already talked about this, but I'm gonna put it on my camera and you guys get to see how it works from behind the scenes. I keep zooming in my face. All right, so there's our camera. Fun fact about this Lincoln on an F-150 platform is the tailgate. So the tailgate opens sideways, 2 doors, and then you have the tonneau cover. This is Shaquille O'Neal's, what are these things called again? I already forgot. Slingshot, Polaris Slingshot. And the most interesting part of this car, it sold for $32,000, is how the roof is extended. So they put a custom roll cage in it and then had to extend the roof up here as well, obviously because Shaquille O'Neal is so tall. All right, end of video. Let's go back to our live. Black Gallardo's going through it right now, starting at $200,000. Now that is worth a lot of money because of the gated manual transmission. It's at $40,000 right now. It's at $50,000.
Also right, please. Now 70, now 70.
Yeah, 70.
70, 80, negative 80,000 on there. 70,000, 80,000, negative 80.
I'm at 70. High bid. Still me?
70,000, negative 80.
High bid at 70.
70,000, negative 80.
I might actually get this car.
70,000.
Oh shit, I might have bought a Lamborghini.
75, negative 80, go ahead, chain, negative 80, $75,000.
Meticulous,
I think I got it.
Lamborghini
Let's see.
Gallardo,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, dressed in
All right, nobody else bid on it. Come on. I'm at 70 right now, right? I'm out.
75. I mean, 80,000.
I'll do 77. 78. I'll hit 78. Yeah. I'm gonna stop there. Thank you though. Yeah, I'm done. No, thank you. There it is. It climbed up. All right, now it's at normal value. I almost stole that thing. Hello everyone, this is our final episode to our Barrett Jackson West Palm Beach 2024 auction series. Today's video is pretty neat because you really get a behind the scenes look at what the Barrett Jackson auction is like after the auction, the day after. It hasn't even been 12 hours since the auction ended. And this is what's going on. Now this was your VIP section up here. There were stairs climbing up there. That's where all the VIPs were sitting. Food and drinks were free up there for everybody. That's the skybox up there. It's all coming down already. These are the booms, the lighting, the cameras. Everything was up here. It's already on its way down. Now what I think is pretty cool too is I was up on this stage yesterday. So less than 24 hours ago, I was up on a stage up here. You can see everything's coming down already. Now over the past few days, millions of dollars worth of cars have run through this auction block. There were stands, there was lighting, there were cameras, there were screens. All of it is almost already gone. By the end of the day, a majority of this will have disappeared. Let's go outside, see what cars are still here. We'll go look at what I purchased. We'll talk about the prices I purchased them for, what I'm expecting to get from them when I sell them. We're gonna pay for some stuff and go through some of the headaches as well as some of the positives that I've learned about being at the Barrett Jackson auction. Now, not that long ago, these were all vendor stands. They were Aston Martins right here. This is their section. It's all gone. The cars have already disappeared. This is where their staging lane was. The staging lane is already gone. And as you can see, some of the cars are starting to pull out already. What's really cool about coming the day after is I get to see what it's really like and really experience some of the cars without everything that's happening and all like the hustle and bustle of the auction. This is the new Shelby GT500 KR. KR meaning King of the Road. They also had their Super Snake here yesterday. Look at the size of these Brembos and rotors. This is amazing. What a car. This is an incredible, incredible car. This, along with the Super Snake, were just amazing cars to see in real life. And I believe the Super Snake, which was right here, had their real unveiling. They showed it off for the first time at this auction the other day. Now, I bought a few cars here this week. We're gonna go find those, take a look at them. Here are the auction vehicle tents. We have an SRT. Is that a Demon? We will find out just based on the tires alone. We can tell. I think it is. This car, yeah, it says Demon right here, is about a $250,000 car. It comes with drag slicks from the factory. Essentially, it's a street legal, ready to purchase from the factory drag racing car. A Rolls-Royce Ghost, I think this is. Let's see if it's unlocked. Wow. Now, I think this car has an umbrella somewhere. I believe this right here is an umbrella. I just don't know how to get it out. Here we go. Look at that right there. That's the umbrella that comes along with the Rolls-Royce. And then the back seats, as well as the tablet screens and tray tables. Now, question, do you put this down and then it's a tray table on top of your screen? Is that a phone right there? Look at how luxurious and plush the interior of this car is, along with vanity mirrors right here. And then you have full curtains right here. Wow, I did not see this at the auction all week. How did I miss this? Comes with the truck, with the trailer, full helicopter setup. That is amazing, and I wonder what it sold for. Actual photograph of this helicopter starting to lift off in Chai Lao on one of her missions taken by CW2 Stan Freeman, a frequent combat pilot in Vietnam. Wow. A bullet hole patch right here.
A few minutes later.
This right here is something I regret not buying. It was just over $100,000. It was $110,000 at a 10% premium, so $121,000 for a 2005 Lamborghini Gallardo. One of 9 in black in a 6-speed manual transmission. The gated transmission is super rare, incredibly valuable on this car. It's a little bit above our flipping $400 to a Ferrari budget, which is one of the reasons why I stayed away from it. Also, I live in New Hampshire. If I lived in Florida, it would make a little bit more sense. New Hampshire, not so much. All right, I think I spy my Mercedes. This is a 2003 Mercedes SL 500. Now, it's a roadster convertible. The convertible top does actually work. $8,000 is what I paid for it. Now, here's what happened on this car. In one of my videos, the theme was, what can we buy for under $10,000 at the Barrett Jackson auction? This was the first car to run through. So when people aren't really quite ready to pull the trigger in the morning, they might not be lubricated up enough, they might not be ready to purchase, it might not even be the right car. This is car number 1. Nobody's really ready to raise their arms. I started bidding on this at $5,000, which is an absolute score. I did get caught up in a bidding war once other people started bidding on it, but the red paint is the perfect color for this car, along with the beige leather interior. Does have excellent tires. The top was down, meaning the top worked, which was great. Now, add an $800 buyer fee on it, puts me at $8,800. If I ship it home, it's gonna cost me roughly $1,200, meaning I paid $10,000 on the dot to get this thing from the Barrett Jackson auction to my house. I have a red, fair mileage Mercedes convertible that runs, drives, and the top works, as well as the suspension not sagging, for $10,000 on the dot. I achieved my goal, and I'm pretty happy with this car. I'll actually drive it and enjoy it. The weather's perfect in New Hampshire right now. That'll be a great car for me up north until someone else buys it to enjoy it. Now, before I even do that, I'm gonna run it across the street to the Mannheim auction, which is a dealer-only auction. These cars have to be shipped out of here like within a few days. So if I can get this over there, I can let it sit there for a week to run next week at their auction on Thursday. If it sells, great, we'll take what we can get for it. If it doesn't sell, I'll set up shipping. It can sit there until shipping's ready. Now, I have one other car that we're gonna go look at right now and do exactly the same thing. Now, I talked about this in a video the other day, this right here, but let's see what this sold for. So now this right here is a 2005 BMW BMW 645 Ci, sold for $8,500. That's a pretty good price for a car like this. To be quite honest with you, I'd rather my Mercedes SL 500. These things can be quite unreliable. They can have smoking issues, like oil consumption issues, but they're really a great, great car. And they have back seats, which is honestly quite better for me because I have a good amount of kids. This thing is just worth mentioning. I don't even know how you drive this or where you drive it or how bad of a ride it actually is. Now, something I haven't talked about in any of my videos yet is this Nissan GT-R R33 right here. If you've been following along, you know I have an R33 GT ST, which is a rear-wheel drive turbo inline 6 RB25 inline 6-cylinder. It's worth roughly $35,000. This is a GT-R, so you're getting Brembos, all-wheel drive, you're getting a twin turbo inline 6-cylinder, and this one sold for $96,000, which quite honestly makes me wish I ran my Skyline here and not at Mecum, because at Mecum the highest bid was $25,000. This car is a GT-R. It is significantly more valuable than mine for that reason. GT-R seats, it's much cleaner than mine too. Now, I love the Mecum auction. It's over a week long and there are thousands of cars and not everything sells. So I like the fact that as a seller, I don't have to sell them. But as a buyer, it's not that great because not a lot sells. So it's more of a car show. This 3 days, jam-packed, tons of cars, not too many cars. It's not overwhelming. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 or 7 tents here. So you can get it all in one day. I can walk around, really get a good feel of what's here. Check out this Caprice. Wow, now this is something I would drive. This typically comes with a 5.7 LT1 engine, same that's in the Corvette of this generation. I said Caprice, this is a Buick. Sunroof here, and then look at how cushy the leather seats are. You have a rear-facing bench back here. All right, and right after the Roadmaster is my score of the week, a 2004 AM General Humvee Custom SUV. This is the H1, sitting on 24-inch wheels with 37-inch tires. They call it a full Kevlar coating on it. Not really. It's more of like a Rhino liner that they sprayed on literally everything. I guess this car was yellow originally. Look at, there's some yellow under there. They sprayed everything. I bought the truck version. There was the SUV version. I don't know, what do you call this hatchback thing? I don't really know. I like this edition a little bit more. I like the idea of it being a convertible and taking the convertible top off. I like the idea of driving in the rain and getting absolutely soaked in a terribly rough ride. I don't even know how to start this thing. I couldn't find a key. What I'm gonna do here is, let's see, pull the throttle here. I need a military friend to help me out here. Pull the throttle here. I don't think there's a key. Let's see, what do all these buttons do? Turn it to run, turn it to start. Maybe pump it. Control unit, is that a directional? Directional. What's that do? Stop lights, service. Okay, so those are your lights right here. Turn them on, turn them off, unlock. I don't know what you unlock right here. Air, floor. Oh, that's actual air. Okay, so that's like your HVAC system. This throttle lock. Oh, I turn it. Okay, so do I pull and turn? Let's see here. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, throttle lock. So what does that do? Is that like a choke? Yeah. Oh. Smells like diesel fluid. I'm gonna have to call a military friend to find out how to start this thing. Pull the throttle lock. Turn it. I gotta be missing something. It's in park here. Low shoot. Okay. Here we go. There's your emergency brake. We have half a tank of diesel. I have to be missing something. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna have to phone a friend. Let's try that one, see if that one starts right out. All right, so we're gonna turn it to run. This doesn't have the throttle. Oh yeah, they taped the throttle lock. So they literally sprayed everything right before the auction and taped it all off. All right, wait. Ah, shit. That stinks. That's all it is you just turn it. For freak's sake. Of course I got the one that doesn't run. Darn it. All right, let's see. Engine off, engine run, wait. We're good. Unless there is a key. No, there's no key for it. Jeez, nothing is easy. This is what happens when you don't do your research or due diligence. I deserve these things to happen to me. backfired. I was thinking I was just gonna drive it right across the street and all would be good. Doesn't look like that is the case. Let's try this one more time just to see this one. Is it pulled out? It is not pulled out. You just do this, wait, keep waiting, keep waiting. I deserve it. Can't even complain. I deserve it. I bought a flippin' H1 Hummer. What did I expect? There was the matte white Rolls-Royce Pearl Phantom. This one is just standard white, non-wrapped, anything, 102,000 miles. Selling at no reserve, highest bidder gets these cars. Now I bought an SL 500. I think this is an SL 55, which would be the AMG. I'm going just off those wheels, I think. Nope, this is an 06 SL 500. Doesn't look like it sold or there's no auction slip on it yet. All right, here's bidder registration. This is where I came in to get my bidder badges and consign my car and get it all set up. I was already here yesterday, signed all bills of sale. I'm just here to write a check and then give them my payment.
A few moments later.
So everything's paid for, and what happens, I pay for it over there. I give them my receipts over here. They give a driver all of my paperwork. The drivers go get the cars. They pull them up to this exit area. They video as the car leaves. Hey, look at that, 57 Ford Thunderbird. My grandfather has this exact car in Wimbledon white. I think that's a color. So I just sit around and I wait, and the cars are gonna show up. I'm gonna bring them across the street to the auction, and then we'll try to sell them. And there's one thing I wanna see. I wanna see what that DeLorean, the Back to the Future DeLorean sold for. That Trans Am sold for $86,000. DeLorean sold for, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, $105,000. Oh my goodness. Wow, I had no idea. I was not expecting that. Jeez. I'm gonna go over to my Hummer over here and see if they know something that I don't. I don't think they do. It's just cranking and cranking and cranking and not starting. Did they tell you if there was a trick to starting it or anything?
No, well, there's no key.
There is no key, is that what you said?
Yeah.
No key, okay.
Right, but it's not, I don't know if the fuel shut off.
Let me call the seller. I'm not answering.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
All right, Rob. You didn't answer. You didn't respond to my text. The truck isn't starting. What's the trick? What's the trick on the Hummer? Help us out here. Well, while they figure out what to do with the Hummer, my Mercedes has pulled out already. We're gonna check that one out and get it out of here, bring it to the auction across the street, and we'll come back. I'll walk in the heat, come back, and see if they figured that car out. The Viper sold for $70K. Let's go check out the Trans Am in the California. That's a great looking car. $191,000 for a Pontiac Trans Am. Wow. And then the Ferrari California sold for, oh, they took the sticker off already, darn it.
A few minutes later.
Car number one is out. To be honest with you, out of both cars, the two cars, the Hummer and the Mercedes is the one that I'd actually like to bring home and enjoy until it sells. This is cleaner than my other one that has 1/3 the miles. But I'm gonna run it across the street to the dealer auction, leave it there. Worst case, I'll run it through, and if it doesn't sell, then I'll ship it home. Best case, it sells and I make some money. Middle case, it sells, I break even, and I get to make some fun videos. So let's get this one, like literally, I'm going, there's the Barrett Jackson auction. That antenna is the dealer auction. And here we go, literally right across the street is the dealer auction that I'm gonna drop this off at and walk right back in the heat, in my jeans, to the Barrett Jackson auction and go see if that Hummer's running yet. Look at what they have over here. 2022 Lamborghini Urus, another in matte silver over there. My dream cars, because I have 3 kids and a wife. Like these things I can use with my family and really, really enjoy, versus like that Mercedes. It's useless to me. I almost forgot to pull this off right here. We don't want people knowing what we paid for it. All right, we are checked in and registered for next week's sale. I will not be in Florida, so I'll have one of the auction reps represent it for me. They'll call me and tell me how we did, if it did or did not sell. Now, don't fret, I will not leave you hanging. By the end of this video, I will fast forward to next week and tell you how we did on both the Hummer and the Mercedes, as long as we get back to the auction and the Hummer's running. By the way, love these AMG GLEs. Such a cool looking car. They come with a GL63, which is that is the 53. So that's a 5.3. Is that a 6-cylinder turbo, I think? And the 63 is the 8-cylinder supercharged or bi-turbo. Rolls-Royce, Ghost. Wow, that's cool. All right, there is the dealer auction right there. And then from here, I'm walking in the heat and jeans way as far as you can see the end of the parking lot down that way. So, I don't know, maybe half a mile, probably half a mile in the heat. It's flipping hot in Florida. Good news, somehow someone got the Hummer started. So I'm walking back to find out how they did it, and then we're gonna bring that one over there. So everything is working according to plan today. Wow, look at this, even outside, just outside the parking lot, this is like the food concessions. They bring in all their grills and everything, their friolators, all that for the show. And they pack it up and put it away and take off again. Now it's only been a few, maybe hour and a half, and look at how much has happened in just such a short time. All the scaffolding is coming down just piece by piece. Crazy. These guys just know what they're doing. That's wild. Hummer video, we're back to the Hummer. I just want to give a special shout out to this Goliath 6x6 Hennessy. This Silverado is incredible. Now, the Hummer started, and they said it started right up off of a jump pack, which is really weird. Why would it start on a jump pack? Because it was cranking. So let's hop in this thing and see what happens. Really odd. So we're gonna turn it to run. We're gonna wait for the wait to end. Okay. All right, we're gonna pull this out now. So I'm gonna put it in drive. What a perfect, like, not hot Florida car. If Florida wasn't 100 degrees, this would be a perfect driver. Top off, not a highway car, just like beach cruiser, attention getter, throw my logos on it. So we're gonna get this Hummer across the street and try to sell it next week. In the next segment of this video, we'll see if we sold this and the Mercedes. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next clip. You know, surprisingly, this Hummer actually drives pretty well. With these big giant tires, it's not that loud, it's a little rough, but not terribly rough. I'm slightly impressed with this purchase. I actually wish I could enjoy it a little bit more in New Hampshire. But who knows, maybe it will come back to New Hampshire if it doesn't sell right there next week. So that's all for now in our Barrett Jackson auction series. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you enjoy these things, a thumbs up is a favor for me. It helps boost the algorithm. Subscribe if you're into anything auto related. I don't know if I'm yelling at you or if I'm not, because this truck is so loud. If you want to get notifications every time I make a new video, you can hit the bell down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Adios.